Corey Anderson, welcome to London. You haven't fought here before. What's it been like since you got here?
So far, I haven't even been here 24 hours, so it's nothing crazy, just training. I've got 3 workouts in, did some immediate stuff, walked around a little bit last night, got some food in me. But after this, we're going to go check out the city, see what it's about.
Brilliant. Well, look, when the fight got announced, you're fighting Jimmy Manuwa, it wasn't announced for the main event. So talk me through the process. First of all, when they come to you and say, hey, we have this fight card in London, Jimmy Manuwa, was it an instant yes? What was the process like for you?
It's always an instant yes for me. Like I told Dana personally, like anytime you need me to fight, just call me, man. If I ain't got nothing going on, I'm there. I'm ready to go at all times. I'm in the gym 24/7, so.
Well, 24/7 ain't good enough. 25/8, exactly, right? So they come back to you and say, hey, we want you guys to step up. It's a 5-round fight now, main event. What was that process like for you? Was it, again, an instant yes? What was the process like for you?
It's always an instant yes for me. Like I told Dana personally, like anytime you need me to fight, just call me, man. If I ain't got nothing going on, I'm there. I'm ready to go at all times. I'm in the gym 24/7, so.
Well, 24/7 ain't good enough. 25/8, exactly, right? So they come back to you and say, hey, we want you guys to step up. It's a 5-round fight now, main event. What was that process like for you? Was it, again, an instant yes, or did you have to think about it first?
It was an instant yes. It was a Christmas present. Everybody know I got cardio for days, and the further the fight goes, I get better. It takes me a while to get warmed up, so 5 minutes, or five-minute rounds, it's 25 minutes to get things done instead of 15. When most guys starting to die out at the end of the third and they wait for it to be over, I wish I had more, so I'm starting to remember the other codes and combos, so I'm just ready.
Are they going to compensate you more because you are now the headline act on the card?
I believe so.
Fantastic, that's good to hear. So Jimmy has been here before. A few years ago, he fought in the main event in the O2 Arena in London against Alexander Gustafsson. It didn't go his way on that night. He's finally got a chance to headline in the O2 again. Do you think that that's a monkey on his back, and do you feel like he's going to be coming into this fight with a little bit more pressure than you are, perhaps?
100%. Those things, you try to block it out, but that thing's way in your mind. Like you said, it was main event in his hometown, in the O2 Arena, against another top-ranked guy, and that's all in his mind. He might try to say, oh, I'm blocked out, but in his mind, he's thinking about, like, man, what if I go out there and do the same exact thing? What if the pressure in my hometown, the things are so close to being home, it's a lot of pressure on somebody, and you don't want to do the same thing twice.
How do you feel like the fight plays out in your mind?
In my mind, I go out there and do what I do. I use my hands, I use my footwork. It's just kind of hard to dictate what I'm going to do as a heavyweight or a light heavyweight. You used to most guys sitting in front of you, they playing rock'em sock'em robots, everybody trying to get the home run. I'm not worried about the big shots. I'm just worried about a lot of shots. I think I have, for being in the UFC for 3 years, I might have one of the highest punch rates in my fights. One fight I threw 300 punches in 15 minutes. That's a lot for a light heavyweight. And I'm always moving. And I end up getting knocked out that fight with a whole minute left. So imagine if I had that extra minute, how many more punches I would have thrown. And it's just hard to find a guy to stay active like me. So I think I'm going to keep him confused, use my hands, my level changes, the fakes, the shots. I'm going to mix it all together and get him to the ground.
You've got a little experience of fighting an opponent kind of in hostile territory. You fought Shogun in Brazil. London is going to be, you're definitely supporting Jimmy Manuwa in a big way. Do you do anything to mentally prepare for that environment?
It's just another day in the office for me. My workspace is inside that 8-wall cage. The rest of it is tunnel vision. It's blurred on the walk out. Sometimes they're trying to reach out, they're trying to grab you, whatever. They're trying to get your attention, and you don't pay any attention to it. I see 2 faces on my way out. I see my mom, and then I see the guy at the cage. He's going to grease me down. But other than that, the rest is blurred out. You don't pay attention, you hear it, and it's just muffled. You're just thinking in your head. You got whatever song you thinking about, whatever your coaches, all the things that you heard. It's just, that's what's going through my mind. The rest is just he say, she say. Paying no attention.
You're a few years into your UFC career now. How would you summarize the experience in the UFC, and what do you think this fight does for you in terms of the next step for you in the career?
The best way to summarize my career is a roller coaster, man. You think you're comfortable, you're rolling on the flat line, next thing you're going up, 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 and once you get to the top, it's that drop. My drop was a Shogun fight. At that time, I had only been fighting I just hit the 2-year mark, or 3 years total, 2 years in UFC at that point. And, I was just riding a little lower level, fighting these lower ranked guys, 12, 15, I was fine. They was like, oh, Shogun. I was climbing up, up, up. My rank was going up, my worth was going. And then I for sure thought confident. I went in confident, like, I'm going to get this, And I was too confident. I didn't respect him enough. And in his hometown, I didn't do enough to get the job done. And when the name dropped, they said Shogun, whew, it was that big, that adrenaline rush, it dropped. You're scared, and your guts drop to your belly. And there's one thing you can do from there. You can tell them to stop the ride, let me off, or you go home and you get ready for the next one. And I just kept riding, and now I'm on my way back up. And I'm just going to keep going up after this one. And when I drop, it's plan on being when I retire. You know, that's just wishing I could still train. But from here, it's just up for me. That's all I can picture, and that's all I can think about.
The general consensus seems to be that the light heavyweight division perhaps isn't as strong or as stacked as some of the other divisions. When you hear stuff like that, whether it's from the media or from fans, is that a little disrespectful for you, or do you feel like the other guys in the top 10, top 15 maybe need to step up a little bit more?
I mean, it is what it is. At this point, I was telling somebody, I'm the youngest one ranked, I believe, other than me and Misha. Misha was going, now he's back in ranked 15. I think everybody else have been in the game for about 10 years, and they've been fighting. Even Misha's probably been fighting 10 years of his life. I just hit my 4-year mark last week that I've been training. I've been fighting 3.5. So being young, like my girl tell me every day, from what you do and the way you train and the things you say, you are going to be the face. At one point with John Jones being out the picture right now, it's open. It's open to be that person. Everybody can say it's going to be the GOAT. And I'm young, I'm new to this, and I'm still learning. I've never took the basic classes most of these people took. I went from wrestling, and they threw me right in like, you're too good of an athlete. They're not going to let you train. You're not going to do amateur fights. You have to go pro right away. So every day it's a learning lesson for me, and I have a long way to go. And by the time I retire, they're going to remember all the things they said now. They're going to think back like, man, he's grown so much. But also they got to remember, he had also just started. I'm just a baby. These guys have been doing this forever. I'm new to it. So I let them say what they want about everybody else, but no, at the end, they're going to respect my name.
You're perhaps only a few fights away from a title fight, in your opinion. I mean, if you win against Jimmy Manuwa, it's a main event win for you. Where does that take you next in terms of the title picture?
I mean, it just keeps going up. Like I said, that roller coaster's going to keep climbing. If they give me a title fight next, if I go out there and do a dominant performance, they're like, well, you get the winner of Rumble in D.C., I'm going to take it. And if they say you need one more before you go, I'm going to take it. If something happens where they say, oh, you need a couple more, we got people that's been in line, we think you should still, my manager, my coaches say, take a few more fights before we get there, before you get the belt, you still got things you need to work on, we're going to take it. I trust my team, I trust my coaches, that's my manager, that's what everybody's for. I tell everybody, no matter what it is, I'm prepared. That's 25-8. I'm in the gym at all times. So there's no, I need to get in shape. Coach, they wanted me to take this short notice fight on 2 weeks. I'm not going to take it. They called me on Fabio a week and a half, and I think I was out partying or something. When they called me, it was like, somebody got hurt. Can you fill in? Let's go. I just left the gym. I went to the club, but that's fine. I stopped drinking, go home, get this weight off. I'll meet you in Brazil. Got my passport. So whatever they throw at me, I'm ready. Whether it's a title fight, or if I got to take a step back, if I got to fight another unranked guy, it doesn't matter. I'm going to make a statement out of it, just like I did Sean O'Connell. I'm here to stay. This is not a game.